What is up, my mammals? So I've been gone, and I wasn't planning on coming back. When I started this channel, I was like 13, maybe 14. I don't remember, actually. Whoops. But I started it because I was a lonely kid, and I really wanted to just post my art. I didn't have anywhere to do that, so that's what I made the channel for. And then I stopped because life. Yippee. That doesn't mean that I've stopped doing art. And I've been doing art. I finished my most recent sketchbook, and I was thinking, might as well, you know, possibly start posting again? Question mark? I don't know. Please forgive any, like, car noises that you hear passing by. I live in a basement, and my, like, window is right in front of a road, so please forgive me. Anyway, oh god, my phone's balanced on, like, cardboard right now, and books, so if it wobbles, it's because I've, like, laughed too hard or, like, shook the desk. So yeah, this is the 10th sketchbook that I've filled up, and it's a Strathmore sketchbook, mixed media, which, you know, it is what it is. I've been doing this for the past 3 sketchbooks, I think. I used to use ProArt sketchbooks, but then they changed their paper formula, and I, like, could not handle it. I hated it so much, so I switched to Strathmore. We have this really cool, this is from an iron lung sticker set, like Schrodinger's cat. And then on the back we have my Pyrex Kitchen Lab beaker. I drink out of it. It's just a fucking beaker that's like kitchen grade, and I love it so much. We have an iron lung sticker. Sorry, that came with something. This dumbass sticker I got from Uni Freshers Week, like literally last year. A Frankenstein sticker, and then another iron lung sticker. But let's just jump into it. So at the beginning of every sketchbook, I write the date that I started, the date that I finish when I finish it, and then, oh fuck, wait. I have my phone number in here, I forgot. Okay, don't look. Okay, great, phone number's covered. Woo! Oh god, I'm gonna have to censor so much. You know what, I'm not gonna censor, I'm just gonna throw up shit, like goofy, stupid photos, and then that'll be the censor. Put my phone number in the bottom in case my sketchbook gets like found, then people can call me. And then I put goals. So I wanted to work more watercolor. Kitty! In front of the window. The neighborhood kitty! My windows don't open right now. Otherwise I would absolutely open them for the kitty. Kitty break over. I wanted to work on watercolor, which I didn't do. Draw more OCs. You'll see what happens there. Anatomy, yes. Color, yes. And I have junk journal more. Pastor and concept art, not really so much. And then not as much Ryan Gosling as I would like, actually. Whoops. I went to the Blood Ocean and all I got was this t-shirt. Oh, and then there's a Ellie sticker under here. The fish from Iron Lung. And then we have another Frankenstein sticker. Just a baby. That came with the keychain I have of it. As you can tell, we started off really fucking strong with nothing. One thing I do is I love fragrances, so I will have some of like the packaging pasted in here from mine. Not all of them, but I love smelling good so much. This was just a random shitty sketch from like Passerin. Okay, wait, hang on. I need to preface. So I have 2 main like stories in my brain, right, especially right now. Passerin, which I made in 2019, which I think there's like map parts on my YouTube still, but it's basically anything bird people, that's Passerin. So yeah. Oh, not showing this page. Bunch of receipts and stuff. Wow. Internet safety host. Terrible OC sketch, and then Whitaker from the Pit. This was a armor concept design for Passerin that I never really ended up using because I stopped being super like fixated on Passerin for a while. But yeah, I saw someone doing this like macrame armor, and I really liked that, and I thought that it would work really well with like leather and like carbon fiber materials for Passerin, so we did lots of notes on that and some sketches and stuff. And then more pastor and stuff. There's Ren, there's Will. That was a sketch of Lady Zaraya, but that was when I was trying to figure out what she looked like, because I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to design her for so long. It literally took Rama Dawaji's bangs to get me to figure out how I wanted her to look. So thank you, Rama Dawaji. And then just like a doodle. Oh my god, Cass. Oh, sorry, wrong character. Cass and Alethea, and then Cass and Alethea again. I love them so much. We had this event January. I missed it, and I'm like actually not happy about that. I would have liked to go. Rensk, not Ren. Different characters. I just suck at naming when I was like 12. And another sketch of Lady Zaraya, and then we have Rama Dawaji here. Oh my goodness! It's Adrian and Zephyr, and then their kid. I just realized, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like covering everything up, like you can't see anything. Adrian and Zephyr, and then their little kid, their baby, Alice. That was like one of the few times that I used watercolor in this. Then we have like a really bad Cass sketch. We'll get more into her later. And then my friend invited me over to watch the National Home Theater's production of The Bacchae, which was so fucking good, by the way. Oh my god, it was so good. I love Bacchae so much. For like context, I am in uni for archaeology and classics, so it's so good. I got hit with like the iron lung autism beam for like a month and a half, so not like crazy stuff, but you know, it was there. There's my receipt for iron lung. Don't even. I'm not talking about that, actually. Haha. Oh, here's Simon again. And then... oh, I literally wrote notes on iron lung watching it through the second time. Oh my god. And then we have Alethea and Rosa. They are, like, just best friends. Sorry, no Yuri, guys. I apologize. Yuri comes later. And then we have Alethea and Rosa again, and then that's Alethea. Wow, that was my address. This is my old address, though. I don't gaff. And we have, like, this is the envelope where I keep all of, like, the stuff that I paste in. But I grew a rat tail this year, so this is also in there. It got really annoying, though, so I chopped it off, and I kind of miss it, but also not really. So I have that in there. And then this was just a... oops, sorry. This was just, like, part of the playlist that I have for Pastorin. The fun fact, this is not the entire playlist, but the entire playlist is, like, 4 or 5 hours long. Oh my god! This is when I got my stick insects. No Simon, no Pickett, because they're both actually sleeping right now. But they're my stick insects. I love them! They're my babies! But this is when I got them. It was February 10th. And my flatmate saw that I posted them on my story, and she fucking snitched. And so I got in trouble. And then I didn't give a fuck. I still kept them, clearly. And then here's like an alcohol marker iron lung drawing that I did not finish because I did not care. It's really weird seeing my art style because it's like so shit here and then it gets so much better. But here's another here's a duplicate of that sticker because it came in a pack of 2. Oh, this was when I just went... I was feeling really shit this day. But I basically just like left my building and I walked. And I didn't really have any place to go. I just walked and walked and walked, and then I ended up in the necropolis, which I always end up in if I, like, leave for somewhere and then don't have anywhere to be. But I was feeling really weird that day. Oh, this is when I went to the fantasy ball at my uni. It was so fun. I made my entire costume, and it was so cool. I love historical costuming, and it was just really fun for me to be able to do that and have people see it. This was my friend, always in some bullshit yaoi, like, genuine storyline situation. He's okay now, though. He has a lovely boyfriend who's, like, actually amazing, but it was rough. So this is when I took my sketchbook to the club, and then I just drew people. Really badly, as you can tell, because I was fucking drunk. Same thing with this, although I actually like this drawing. But I was drunk as shit. Oh, this is when I, got a scam call about my bank card, and I almost fell for it, and I genuinely, like, got so upset that I, like, muted my entire fucking call system. Oh, this is an entire sketch of that fucker from Iron Lung. I don't care to speak on it. This is when I got piloesophagitis, which gave me a sinus infection for like 2 weeks, and then it turned into a chest infection. I had to go to the hospital. Genuinely miserable. This is what it was like maybe 24 hours later. I was genuinely having the worst time of my fucking life, and I had an assignment due in 14 hours. So I had to apply for like, hey dog, I'm literally like on death's doorstep. Please let me finish this assignment at a later date. And they did, because they're great. But I was genuinely miserable. I wojackified Adrian and Zephyr, and I just find it funny because, yeah, they would. So this is me in the hospital. I got there at 6 p.m. and then they finally took me back at 1 a.m. My phone was literally dead. I had no way to pay for the bus home. Someone gave me fare, thank God, for kind, like, people. But I was so fucking miserable in that damn hospital. I literally fell asleep and then woke up and was like, fuck. And I went to the desk and I was like, hey, I'm sorry, but like, do you know if you call my number? I fell asleep. And she was like, no, you have like 2 hours left to wait, I think, based on where the lists are right now. And I literally wanted to cry. But I got back eventually and they were just like, yeah, we'll get you your medication. Because what happened was my GP was fucking closed for 3 straight days. And I was like, I have a chest infection. If I don't go do something now, I will like possibly die. Chill, doctor. Thank you, dog. And then like the next day or the day after the next day, my country's got bombed. But I just remember like this really awful like feeling of just being sick, and the sun was rising through my window, and I just had the news on my phone, and then I was waiting for my mom and my baba to text me back, because I texted them and I didn't get any answer, and I was like, well, if I like go down the route of thinking they got like actually legitimately bombed, I will genuinely crash out so bad and like need to be put in a hospital. Not funny, by the way. I'm not joking about that. But yeah, everyone was fine in the end, but that was rough. More Iron Lung stuff. I don't even want to talk about it, which is so dumb. I don't even want to talk about it. And then I was playing Hades. This was before I played Hades 2, which I've beat now, by the way. And I love Tiffany. She's my favorite. I love her. Oh, this was, I think her name's Rio from Gachiakata. I didn't watch Gachiakata past like episode 5 because I genuinely have a hard time getting into anime. I don't know what it is. It's like I can't do it. I can't do it. I've tried several times. But I really only watched Gachiakata because I liked the art style. I kind of didn't really care about the storyline or the plot. Sorry. I also didn't really find the characters all that compelling. I'm sorry. I suck. But the art style was really, really cool. And I actually really like the way that I did the watercolor here. But yeah, this is from Gachiakata, which you should go watch, by the way, if you're into that. It's really cool and awesome. And then we had this whole thing going on, and then sketch of Zephyr. Oh, Markiplier. That's when I started watching him. I never watched Markiplier until Iron Lung. I didn't even know who he was. And then I was just drawing. That's a self-portrait. I don't do a ton of those. Daryl and Carol from The Walking Dead. I love them. A lot of anatomy practice. I did these in like the bathroom of the zoology building. Oh, this was from a reference photo on Pinterest, and I didn't like it, so I didn't finish it. And then these were behind cast is all of my notes from the attempted Marxist society at my uni. I say attempted because there were like 3 meetings, and then it kind of died. But it's okay, chat. I went anyway because I thought it'd be cool, and my friend was running it. And then I have this drawing of Cass, which I really like, actually. Oh dear. Yippee! Okay. This is where I start using Mod Podge to seal all my drawings, which, game changer, by the way. I never leave them just plain anymore. This is Palamon? Yeah, Palamon. He's just one of the guys that kind of lives in my brain occasionally. I don't really think about his story a lot, but he exists, so he's here. And then my friend and then my other friend. But this was when I was meeting this friend and like not super close to him. So it was kind of scary, but he's so great. He's amazing. Love him. He's such a sweetheart. Train tickets. I love train tickets, actually. We went on a field trip for archaeology. So basically it was just us going around to all these really awesome sites. Oh, kitties. Hi. For archaeology, we went on like this field trip. We had one each semester. And it was basically going around and we just did archaeology shit. This sounds so boring, but like that's it. It was great and it was really fun. So I snagged like this thingy-majig hymnal. It's not a hymnal, but I don't know. I never went to church. But it was this really cool thing for like the first of like something in March. And most of the sketchbook, it's like you can tell that I was just kind of at my like wit's end and I would just like write shit down for school or uni. And then I would just cover it up with a bunch of random shit. This is the KT tape that I use to bind with because this is the one that doesn't make my skin itch. And underneath it is my essay with Frankenstein, all my notes on like Galvanism from the source they gave us, and then Victor's tendency, you know, all of the feminine things in Frankenstein. And then I did this drawing of Amber that I actually really liked, so I didn't want to ruin it, so I left it, and then I ruined it by tracing over and coloring it, and I'm really glad that I didn't just color it. And I was having art block. Whoa, I'm thirsty. So now we get into what I call Cryptid Hunters 19. It's called Cryptid Hunters 1991 is the full name, but I just call it Cryptid Hunters. And there are 5 characters in it, and this is one of the main ones. So there's 5 characters and then 3 like original main characters. This is Mikey. He's part of the original ones, and he's haunted by a formless void monstrosity, I would say, that like goes down through his matrilineal line. Note that I say formless void monstrosity. I tried giving it a form because I didn't know what to do because I wanted to draw him with it, and it sucks. Like, objectively, it was really fun to do because it's supposed to be made up of all of the parts of his ancestors before him who were also like murdered by this thing, or I should say hunted by it. Hence like the withered arm, like the age spots on the hands, and like the multiple ears, and then the piercing, and then like through the bone, and then like the tongue hanging out with the dislocated jaw, and like all the limbs and shit. I think that like since it's a formless thing, it appears as what, you know, you like fear most, and I think Mikey does genuinely like this. He would find this absolutely sickening. But yeah. Oh, that's my friend we call Gay Jesus. La la la. You guys are not seeing that because that is something to do with a very dear friend to me. And then I whacked this out in like the student union pub. And I think I made like 2 new friends out of this one, which was great for me. This was just a fun little drawing, self-portrait I did. I don't like it that much, but I don't really care. And then Copperberg. The strawberry lime is the superior flavor. Oh, I actually quite like these sketches. This is Lydia Zaraya with the constructed language I made for them. I miss that. I used to have more of it memorized, but I have not been on that train for like over half a year, so it's kind of been fading out of my brain. Oh, and then I went to like a life drawing class, which I really enjoyed. I would like to go to another one sometime. It was £10 and everyone was super nice and no one talked to me and I loved it very much. I went and I pet the kitty, so we are all good to go. I did not go to this. More just anatomy studies with the live drawing class I went to. I learned a lot from it, definitely, but I'm not super happy with the way that my stuff turned out, which is fine. We're all perfume testers because me and my friend went to Paris. Oh my god, by the way, holy shit, I literally was flat fucking broke after that. Don't go to Paris if you are like me. But we tested all of these in like the airport and oh, they smell so good. So it just smells amazing when I open my sketchbook. I have a drawing of Tag. This was sketches from the Musée d'Orsay. And then I love Parisian cigarettes. I love Gitans so much. Again, you can kind of see, like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing with my shit. Like, I'm just drawing and none of it looks good, and I'm, like, it's all in pencil, and I was very unhappy with my stuff and my style. But yeah, this, by the way, is so good. It's one of my favorite scents. I refuse to use it because I save it for special occasions, because I can only afford, like, the little tester. It's so good. It's Dryad by Papillon. This was when I went to the hospital. Fuck this ass essay. That's so beautiful. This is just kind of stuff that I ended up just drawing. I mean, I'm happy with this one. And then my moths emerged. Oh, whoa, was that Spark? Really bad Spark is what it is. Then I colored the one that I did earlier in alcohol marker. And then Peep. One of the only drawings from Project Hail Mary in this sketchbook. For a movie that genuinely changed the trajectory of my life, you'd expect that I have more drawings of it, but I don't. I find that amusing. Oh my god, get this guy out of here. I've been done with Iron Lung for so long at this point. A portrait. Again, you can tell I'm just really fucking bored. Ellen Ripley from Alien 1979 and Jonesy. I love Ellen Ripley. This is my wife. This is my best friend. I haven't seen her in ages, and then we called, and then it was so lovely. I missed her so much. She was supposed to come see me, but she couldn't because Kuwait's their airport basically got bombed the fuck out, and they can't leave anytime soon. So, and then Ryland Grace again, and then Rocky again. Can you lock the fucking question? This was in, like, the tail end of my uni stuff, and I genuinely was, like, at the end of my rope. And I got really into The Nice Guys, 2016, starring Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Phenomenal movie, by the way. Please go watch it, like, immediately. But we have a lot of Holland marches. Shall we count the Holland marches? Okay, hang on. I don't have... Oh shit, I don't have, like, a pen or anything near me. Okay, so we have the Holland March counter at 1 so far. Put it under here. Oh, whoa, we have another one already for number 2. This was also supposed to be Holly, and then I just hated her, so I covered up with Doc Martens. Hi, so I'm really normal about Healy, and that is the biggest lie I think I've told in my life. He's my favorite, obviously. I love him so much. I love Healy so much. I need to draw him more, but oh well. We have 2 Holland Marches. I'm sorry, March. I love you, March, but it's not my fault that Healy's a fat bear, okay? He just automatically wins. Self-portrait again. And then Yowie. Write another one down for March. I actually really enjoyed this one. This was so fun. And I was finally over with finals, which I was so happy about. That's all I cared about at this point. I genuinely just hated everything. I did well on my finals, by the way. I got 2 A5s on my ARC final, which I was super happy with. I expected to get fucking B or whatever, C or whatever the fuck. There's technically a Holland March under the fish, so I'm counting that. And then self-portrait and self-portrait again, but this one's better, and I really like the way this one turned out. And ooh, I'm looking at it, and it's like this red turned more orange than this. This is more of a pink, so the Mod Podge, like, turned it orangey. I like that. They used to be the same color. And then you have Rosa and Alicia again, and then I just kind of don't draw them again for this one. I lied, there's Alethea right there. I watched 3 movies in a row. It was Snatch 2000, which is great, by the way. A Good Year starring Russell Crowe. And then Dog Day Afternoon starring Al Pacino. I love Dog Day Afternoon so much. I actually really enjoyed Snatch too. I'll probably rewatch it eventually, but it's not like my favorite. Wow, guys, it's Russell Crowe. Fun fact, the ambulance was for me because I saw Russell Crowe. There's Russell Crowe again. I did that in 4-color ballpoint pen. Love that. Oh, another Holland March! Yay! Oh, this was just sketches of, like, characters I was playing around with. Which I do still have them in my brain. They're just not at all at the forefront. K-Men. Sorry. There's Marshall again. A bunch of, like, sketches of people I saw at the club in the smoking section. But, yeah. And then my friend is in green. It's on the inside of this. Melissa. So she does the Broadway karaoke at the club, and we love her. We all love Melissa. And then I did a self-portrait, 2 self-portraits. My God, I'm like really racking it up with the self-portraits. But I really like this one, and then I also just like my outfit here. I watched Ozark. I love Ruth so much. This is the guy I made earlier. And then I finished my pack of Honey Rose. I have another one now. I still have quite a bit. I don't go through my packs, like, frequently, because I don't bring them everywhere. I'm not addicted, bro. Finished the Honey Rose and I put it in here. And I remember I was, like, gonna show my mom this sketchbook, and I was like, ooh, I can't show her that page. She's gonna kill me. Ryland Grace again, but I hate it, so Royal Mail over it. I said I was, like, playing with my brain. There's a cast. I really am sad because this could have been such a good cast drawing, and then I don't know what the fuck I was doing with the lining of it, because it looks like ass. You know? Oh, and then this is my, receipt for the Nice Guys novelization, because that's how you know I get really bad about something, if I buy the fucking novelization, which is expensive as shit, by the way, compared to, like, other books. It was like 30 quid, because they don't fucking print it anymore. Who would? It's this random ass movie from 2016 that, like, was not a box office hit because fucking Angry Birds came out the same, like, time. And then we have Amber and Cass doing Cass's HRT. I know it's not supposed to be the inside of the thigh, okay? I'm just fucking stupid, and I drew it that way, and I was like, wait, intramuscular is on the outside. Ignore that, okay, guys? That's the last time I do watercolor, by the way. Characters I said I was playing around in my brain with. They're just so cutie. This genuinely the only straight OCs I have, which is one of the funniest things. No, that's all. No, because everyone else is bisexual. I think they're so sweetie, and they're so cutie. Fun fact, they do get married and have a kid together, so yay. Don't worry, their life is far from happy, though. Oh my god, okay. So, there's a really cool mutual I have on Tumblr. Xavier, you're so cool. But I go insane because he has this, like, insane fucking Sandman, like, storyline. And I love it so much. Stephen Bennett, I love you! Corinthian, I love you! Genesis, I love you so much! I will put the link in the description because, oh my god, please, go look at his stuff. It's so fucking beautiful. Be like a post or something. I'll put it up on screen where it's, like, Corey, like, tits out, and so I was like, yeah, Corey tits out, and I just drew it and sent it in. There's that. Oh, and then this is where I canonized Fat Zephyr. Finally! I decided he gets to be a fat, happy, middle-aged dad instead of being a happy, skinny, middle-aged dad, because that's not fucking fun. Who the fuck wants that? But I love him so much. Not the greatest drawings I've ever done of him, but I just needed it to be, like, out there. So, you know, I'm happy with it. And then I did a bunch of Aardwolf studies because my wife, my best friend, said to me that she's like, you know, if you were a furry, you'd be one of those, like, Aardwolf things. I was like, oh, thanks. And she was like, no. You're thinking I'm being too nice. I say that because they look like if you sneeze in their direction, they're gonna skedaddle. So thank you, my wife, for keeping me humble. But I do love Aardwolves. They're really cool. The crunch. We have 2 Eurasian eagle owls. All I can say is, boy, why are you so boobo? This was a self-portrait I did because I had seen Backrooms, and then my friend was like, oh my gosh, come to Polo, please. I'll be there in, like, half an hour. And it took him, like, an hour and, like, an hour and a half to get there. And then he was like, I'm sorry, because he's always late to everything. It's okay, we love you. And I was just waiting, like, outside of the bowling alley, which has, like, this bright, like, pink neon. And I was gonna do, like, bright pink, like, highlighter lighting, and then I forgot. So, whatever. I like it. Danny. So he is one of the other main characters of the Cryptid Hunters 1991 story. And he's a werewolf, fun fact. He wasn't always, but he is. He's such a sweetheart. I love him so much. Here is where everything gets infinitely fucking better. Basically, I figure out how the fuck to draw, how to add color, and then I almost exclusively draw Cryptid Hunters 1991 from here on out. So we have Cass, sweetie. This is Cass. Her name is is Cassandra. I love her so much. But yeah. And then we have Cass and Amber. I told you there would be Yuri later. It's later now. We have Cass and Amber, and they're so sweetie. And then we have Scott, just because I drew this on the subway. Fun fact. I drew this on the subway, and I'm really pleased with it still. I got this bus ticket that was like, if you feel like disappearing or know someone who has gone missing, find missing people for support, call the free helpline, which is confidential and non-judgmental. And I thought that was so sick, so I put that in here with them. Thoughts after like watching the backrooms and stuff. And then I immediately went and did this, which was the first time I used paint pens, and it's Cass again. And then here she is again, my girl! Oh, my sweetheart! I love her so much, genuinely. Like, it's actually kind of a problem. I went and saw a Pigeon Pit. Alex Monroe opened, which was great. We all sat on, like, the floor while they, like, played the ukulele. It was so cool. And then Cheap Dirty Horse played, which I love them now, by the way. I listen to them all the time. And then after that, Pigeon Pit closed. And oh my god, I don't know where it is in like my mess of like moving, but the like lead singer snapped like the low E string on stage, and she like I went up to her after, and I was like, of course, like, thank you so much, it's been me 5 years to like see you know when you guys play, you guys changed my life, whatever, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck you normally say to like people who play who you really like. And then I was like, is it okay if I keep the string you snatched? And she literally was like, yeah, you take it. It means nothing to me. I snatched that shit from the stage so quick. And I have a pigeon feather in here because pigeons. And then a really bad amber that I don't like. Oh, my favorite page is next. Oh, I love it so much. So here's Danny with his guts out. Danny with his guts out. I love him so much. Oh, but I really, really like this, and I feel like I should say at this point that I was like just pretty much religiously watching every single Precautions video that exists. A lot of guts, so I was like, oh, what if I did that with Gianni? Because he does canonically get disemboweled. I forget that a lot, but yeah, I did Danny with his guts out, and then Cassandra, I did Cass eating some guts, because that's also canon, by the way. It's okay. And then I really liked this striped paper because it reminded me of like a circus tent, which is so perfect for her. Oh my god. Oh, my sweetheart. I'm really happy with the way I did like her mouth here. I feel like here it gets kind of muddy, but I'm okay with it. I quite enjoy this piece of art that I did. Whoa, brother, there's nothing there. I got lazy. But that's Scott. When I tell you about Scott. So Scott is Danny's eventual husband. Eventual. There's Yuri and Yowie here in this house. And this was supposed to be Danny, and then I don't know what the fuck I did, but that's not Danny. I don't know who the hell that is. This is when I went and saw the Brazil versus Morocco game with my friends, because my friend, he's Brazilian. So we went to like his aunt's house and saw it. Oh, I love them all. And then these are the stars from his cousin's face that I stole. Little New York rat, because the Knicks won. So yay. We have Scott on the little like fold out thing. Here I just felt like shit, so I drew myself in like my shit feeling mood. I still love this one, genuinely. So this is a 4-color ballpoint pen drawing of Cass, and it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. I love it so much. She's not that well endowed, but it's okay. I don't really gaff. She's so pretty. I love her. I'm very happy with what I learned from this drawing as well. I learned a lot about hatching and like how to shade and stuff like that. And then we have lesbians. We have Amber and Cass smooching. I watched Virtuosity in 1985. I'm sure you can guess the reason why. And then a really bad drawing of Scott. This was a really weird page because a lot of weird shit happened. So I was like in like a minor slump for like art and drawing and stuff. So I did this like drawing of Danny, but I didn't really like it, so because I don't really care. I started drawing Amber, and I was in the park when I was drawing her. First off, her proportions are so off, I don't like it at all. But I was drawing her in like the park, and then this random like 30 or like to 40-year-old guy walked up and started talking to me about it. He was like, "Who's that?" And I didn't want to explain, "This is a character I made up in my head." So I just was like, "It's my friend." And I did not elaborate. He was like, "Why is the wolf like have like blood on it?" And I was like, "That's just the way he is." Because I was freaked out. I got scared. And then he eventually walked away, but I was just like, "Oh, get me out of here." And then I drew Scott on a piece of like Weatherspoon's paper. And then my friend called me like, "Hey, I'm in the hospital." And I was like, "Fuck, I gotta go, guys." I ran my ass down to the hospital. He's fine. Turns out he's actually allergic to stress. But he's okay. He's okay. A bunch of like self-portraits. A bunch, it's like 2. This one I did from a reference. This one I just did free, and I hate this one, but I refuse to cover it up because I don't gaff that much. But I was just kind of feeling like shit here. I wrote all of this out. It's just a bunch of like shitty self-deprecating stuff that I don't love. Like I write to my dad, and he was like, "Well, you're wrong." So thanks, Baba. I love you. And I had like the whole like I am gross and perverted. I'm obsessed and deranged. I have existed for years, but very little has changed. I'm not the tool of the government, though. Fuck that. I'm the Slime by Frank Zappa. It's a great song. Here's Cass, again. I don't love that the yellow bled through, but it's okay. I think she's so cutie, and she's so joyful. I love that for her. And then here's her again. I'm genuinely so happy with the way I got her eyes here, though. And, like, her nose is perfect, and her lips and her teeth. Ah! Because she has a crooked tooth, and she also has, like, a tooth gap. I love her so much. Mikey, with the Ethel Cain quote, like, he can always reject his father, but he cannot escape his mother's blood. It's talking about Jesus. But out of context, it's because just, like, the fact that, like, Mikey cannot escape, like, the matrilineal curse that he's, like, under. It's not through any fault of his or his ancestors. It's just unfortunate. Oh, I love these so much, genuinely. I basically put down paint pen and then went over it with alcohol marker. And then it got all of these really cool effects, and I had a lot broader range of color to work with. And this is Scott, this is Danny. I honestly like Scott's better just because I feel like it blends more, and then Danny's is just kind of whatever, but it's okay. This got taken down off Tumblr because there's a bare, like, 3 millimeters of dick in it. Sorry. I'm pretty sure that YouTube is gonna, like, strike this too, but, like, I'm not making money off of this, so maybe they'll leave it up. I call them the vivisection drawings because obvious reasons. Sickly Sweet, Scott and Danny, just because I thought it would be cute. Then it was, like, the planning for, like, a little comic I did, which I don't really love, but I like the concept. And a note from my flatmate over some shittily drawn wolves, and then a bunch of Iron Lung stuff. Again, like, Iron Lung. I promise I was only into it for, like, a month and a half. I just accumulated so much shit in that time that, like, I still, like, was pasting it in months later. And we have this really awesome size drawing of Danny and Scott that I am so normal about. I want to turn this into, like, a digital drawing, like a digital painting, but I don't have the energy of the time right now. But I love it so much. Danny and Scott that I didn't like, so I never finished. Amber. I don't draw her enough. I feel like I don't draw her a lot, especially when compared to, like, my other OCs. So I tried to, like, have a spread that was just for her. But I really liked, I did this without any reference, which you can kind of tell with the arm here, but it makes more sense when there's not, like, a sleeve covering it up. But I think she's so pretty. She's so gorgeous. And then I did the same, like, alcohol marker method for this. And I really like it a lot. I think she's so sweet. I think she's so cool. And then we have her again with the kitty. And then really shitty drawing on my friend down here. And then we have Cass again. And then just a bunch of, like, shit on here that I pasted in because I was having a rough time trying to get rid of them. So, this is one of my favorites! My one friend was like, "Hey, that kind of looks like the 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge album," and I immediately, like, went insane. But I really wanted to play around with this, not monotype, but, like, I guess just more shadow-heavy style. And I really love the way that I did Cass's hair here. But I really, really enjoyed this, and I try to replicate it later, which is not as good as this, but I'm getting there. I'm learning. And then it's just, like, a drawing on my flat in the background, actually. Okay, so I don't like Scott's face here, unfortunately. This one's cute, though. And then we have colored with no freckles, because I just pasted this in last night and was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. But yeah, he's so cute. And then we have the actual, like, sketch underneath it, because I really like it. I thought it was too perfect to ruin, so. Oh, this is a really cool person on Instagram, Sal, I think. As their OC / guy in their world. I hate him. I hate his ass so much. And then we have Mikey, and then a little shitty drawing of me. And then I get a subscription to, like, this, like, space thingy-majig every month. But basically, it goes off a different, like, celestial phenomenon. So the last month for this month was the Andromeda Galaxy, which is also called the Neighborhood. Fun fact. I like how they do put a lot of Greek mythology stuff in it, because most, like, celestial things have, like, ties to Greek mythology, which I love. And then it just explains a bunch of stuff, and they give you a bunch of, like, postcards and things. Like, they gave us 2 this time. This was the local group, which is so cute. And then also you get, like, a photo card, like a print of whatever the body is, and then, like, a little description on the back. It's so cool. It's called Signals from Space. I highly recommend it. But they gave a little calendar, so I pasted that in, and I did it on the 12th of July. This was just, like, sketches and stuff. I turned this into a digital piece, which isn't great. It's whatever. I actually like the messiness of this better, but it's just a Danny transformation arc. And then I love them so much. I love them so bad. I hate them so bad. But it's just them being sickly sweet with each other. So for, like, reference, Danny, because he's a werewolf, he has, like, a really fucked up metabolism, and he also just has a fucked up metabolism in general after he, like, gets bitten. So Scott genuinely, anytime that he notices that he's finally gotten, like, a couple pounds to stick on Danny, he genuinely, like, jumps for joy and, like, celebrates. They're so sickeningly sweet. I love them so much. I love them. I also really like the way that I did Danny's leg scar here, because his entire, like, one leg is, like, just torn the fuck up, but I really like the way I did it. So, yippee. Oh, I don't like this one. My one friend said to do Scott in a bunny suit, and I hate it because it looks good, but he would not fucking do that. He doesn't need to, bro. We have Cass again, because there's always space for Cass. And then this really great drawing that I did freehand of Scott. I didn't sketch it out, and I got really lucky with that. And then we have the Famous Last Words, I believe? Yeah, it's Famous Last Words by MCR on the side here. I love this one, actually. It's so fun. Basically, there's this whole thing in their, like, arc of the story where Danny just feels like he's, like, tying Scott to him, and, like, all of, like, the perceived harm he does and the perceived bad that he does. Meanwhile, Scott is there 100% of his own, like, free will, desire, and accord. But yeah, I really liked playing with the negative space, and I had fun with it. And then we have one of my favorite little sketches of Cass. She's so cutie. I love her so much. Anyway, that's my sweetheart right there. And then I did an entire page of just Blood Pudding's Corinthian, and then, like, a little stupid story thing on the side. Act 1, Stevie, you do not have enough meat on your bones. Act 2, Stevie, my beloved. I love him so much. I love him. He's so sick and cool. Self-portrait that I don't really like. Whatever. Working on, like, a digital version of this, but it's not done yet. Anyway, I really love them, guys. I really, really love them. This amazing perfume that I got. It smells like, you know how new cars smell? This is like new spaceship. I quite like it. I drew Murderbot because I love Murderbot, and yippee. I don't like the arm that I did for Sec Unit, but I mean, whatever. We can just say that the outer, like, skin, like, flesh facsimile got ripped off or whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh, this is when I was at the airport, so this was my fit. I looked great. I had a great outfit on. And then there was this really sick-ass little girl who had, like, the most massive comic of Spider-Man. And I hope that diva's doing well. And then we have Mikey! look like he's smoking a cigarette. It's a Vogue, fun fact, because he's just that bitch. But I did like the whole like deeper shadows thing, and I really quite like it a lot. I wish I did more shadows, but I'm not gonna touch it now because I'm happy with where it is. And I did like pink as well, pink and white and yellow, not just one color, and I really like it a lot. And my sweeties. So Danny and Amber have such a sibling relationship, and it's just so sweet to me. I love them genuinely so much. But here's them at the library trying to figure out a case. Obviously Danny is the researcher archivist dude, but Amber is psychic, which is why she has these little things around her head. So she's kind of just like, I got a funny feeling that you need to go to the next year. And then we have like a little eyeball thing here. And then I did like a really bad drawing of Danny, as you can see by the giant X, like a while ago. So I was just writing down a whole playlist on like this random scrap of paper. And then on the back, I did Cass with, it's lyrics of, hang on, let me scooch it over. It's lyrics from Muse's Psycho, which is such a good song, by the way. But yeah, there's Cass. And then we have Amber with a bunch of tinfoil around her head because that was from like a chocolate that I had at the time. Went to this like super shitty dino park and I love it so much. It was like really dumb, but it was so cool. It was so fun. They had Stonehenge there for some reason. I do not know why, but it was there and it was cool. But yeah, so aside from the dino park, we have this like really gross drawing of Danny with his jaw knocked sideways, and I love it so much. Genuinely, I had so much fun making it. It's in 4-color ballpoint pen, of course, but he's like all bruised up everywhere. He's like disgusting. I love it when I make my characters disgusting. And it just has lyrics from the cigarette song by Pigeon Pit on the bottom, which is the I am a cigarette in the front pocket of your leather jacket and my life is stagnant. Whatever. And then on the top, it's in our final moments, we are the worst of ourselves, because in Danny's final moments before he was like, before he technically went to his deathbed, don't worry guys, he doesn't actually die, I promise. In those final moments, he just despised himself because he did just kill like 5 actual people. Granted, he did it because he was saving Scott's life and there wasn't any other way to do it because werewolves, you know, there's a whole thing. But he just absolutely hated himself and thought he was a disgusting human being. And that he realized he wasn't even gonna get to like be happy after doing all of this evil. He was gonna die and there's nothing he could do about it. Don't worry, Scott can do a lot about it. And then we have this Surgeons Hall Museum tickets that I taped together because from Edinburgh, but it's been a while since I went there. And then we have this really cool, I wanted to do Danny with a wolf head but then like human arms, so I did that and it's not great, but it's whatever. I had fun with it. Here I just really wanted to kind of finish the damn sketchbook. So I drew, you know, Scott in like these really bright sunsetty colors. And then I did this really cutie drawing of Danny on like toned paper. It's actually cardboard I ripped from a box, but I like that. So, and then underneath is like a Schweppes like wrapper. Danny, you're cooked. I don't know why his mouth looks like Jacob Elordi, and I kind of don't like that, but I didn't mean to do that. You're not Jacob Elordi. And then we have, oh wait, shit, I forgot to put the Dino Park thing back. I got a new wild, and then this is, the Chicano vampire from the 50s that the gang run into. He's chill. We love him. And then we have this, it's Scott and Danny again. I feel like I've drawn them way too much. I need to draw more Yuri. But it's Scott and Danny, and then with lyrics from Spherical by Flowerface on it. Which is just like the, I want your secrets, your clementine fields, the rope that you climb up, the parts that won't heal, I want your safe word, your passive resistance, and then it goes on and whatever. But it's also the, I want the parts of your hand grenade heart that beat slowly with anger and fear, and it's just, it's so them, it's so perfect. And then we have this cunty drawing of Scott I did in ink over a Fruity Mochi wrapper because I think that's funny. And then after that, we're done! I was so happy to finish this, honestly. It just dragged on, and I'm genuinely so pleased that it's over. I had a great time with it, but I'm happy to be done with it. There were 8 Holland marches in that, fun fact. It's quite a few. Now I just have my brand new sketchbook to work in. It is a Leuchtturm? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's the German one, 1917. And I've already ripped out all of, like, the pages in the beginning that have, like, the table of contents and stuff. Whoa, that's my phone number. Because I don't want to draw on those. And then, of course, I put my stupid Ryan Gosling sticker dead front and center. But I'm really excited for it. It says 11 on the side. I'm going to put some stickers on here because I have some really, really good stickers that I want to use. And yeah, I'm testing out this one, and hopefully it'll be great. But I don't really know how to end this. Hopefully I will post again. I would like to post again. But yeah.